so it's not like a secret or anything.
Can you elaborate a little here?
No, he's talked about it in the press before.
You know, the high level was, and jump in on the stuff I've forgotten, but the high level was basically you kill Zeus in the first couple of minutes of God of War 3. There's a vacuum in Greek. There's a vacuum on Earth because the Greek mythology religion is in shambles. The other religions and gods rush in, Norse mythology, Egyptian mythology, to kind of take over that place now that Zeus is no longer a power. And it really becomes sort of a mashup of Greek and Egyptian and Norse mythology, where Kratos kind of gets to journey to all these other locations. And, you know, it kind of sounds like a toy, but you'd have like Egyptian Kratos and Norse Kratos, and he kills Thor and takes the hammer. And I always love the idea that the reason we have the Sphinx in Egypt is he has used the Medusa head to freeze this creature out in the desert, which ultimately ends up being what the Sphinx is. But ultimately, he ends up getting all the gods to fight amongst themselves, thus ignoring man on Earth. And the way Kratos realizes that you kill gods with finality is that you get people to stop believing in them. So as the gods have ignored man, man begins to turn away from the gods, and that's how Kratos kills all of the gods. And now with all of the gods dead, he uses the blades of chaos. We were going to use the 6-axis, and you were just slitting your wrist, and that's how he dies. And the last scene is like sawing a log. The last scene would have basically been two things. There was two epilogues. One was the controllable wise men going towards the North Star, indicating that even with all that Kratos has done, man always needs something to believe in, something to aspire to, and it was the beginning of the rise of the new gods that we have today, and a lot of people would say are also on their way out. And then there was a second epilogue.
Controversial.
There was a second epilogue where ultimately what happened to Kratos, and we had talked about, I know it's been attributed to different people, but the ultimate idea was that the Blades of Chaos were sort of ultimately melted down to become the Grim Reaper's scythe, and Kratos becomes the Grim Reaper. And that was the ultimate way, correct, that we had planned on ending the whole God of War.
That was the way you planned on ending
well,
it.
Come on, it was in God of War 2 too, though.
No, we had talks. What I was setting up in 2 was this idea that Athena had died and was the first person in the pantheon of gods to actually have